Good morning and welcome back to White Mountain Today here on White Mountain TV 16. It is Sunday, May 29th, and joining us right here in the studio is Beth Carta Dolan from Joseph's Spaghetti Shed.
Morning, everybody.
How are you, Beth?
Doing great on this beautiful Memorial Day weekend.
I know, what a fabulous weekend. You know, this
It's
is
hot.
what we want. A little cooler today.
Yeah,
which
today's
is nice.
better.
And but they're not calling for rain today, so that'll be nice.
Yeah,
And
it's going to be good.
so let's talk first about kind of the history of Joseph's Spaghetti Shed. Joseph was your father, correct?
No, Joseph was my grandfather.
I knew that.
Yeah, but my father's name was David, and he and I decided he always wanted to have a restaurant, and the right thing just kind of never happened. And I was actually at school at BC, and I was working for a moving company down there, and we moved the books out of all the libraries into the new, now 32-year-old Tip O'Neill Library.
Oh, wow.
And then we went to Connecticut and did a moving job. So I came home in June with a whole pocket full of cash. And my dad said, Beth, we need to do something or I have to sell the place. So I gave him all the money that I made. And in a month, we opened the restaurant.
Really?
Yeah, and we just did breakfast and lunch when we started. And then about 4 years in, he really wanted to do dinner. But we wanted to do something different. We have so many great restaurants, we always have had in the Valley.
Absolutely.
But we wanted to do something different. And so he went to a place in California called the Spaghetti Factory. He came back, he said, that's it, this is what we're gonna do. And the next thing you know, the Spaghetti Shed.
And it's unique, it's very different than all the other restaurants in town. And that's one of the great things, like you say, there's so many varieties.
Right.
So obviously you feature spaghetti, but it's not just spaghetti. It's not just spaghetti and sauce handed to you on a plate. You've got so much more.
We do. It's mostly spaghetti. We do mix it up with some other pastas, some raviolis. We make our own lasagna, which is awesome. We make all our own sauces. Well, the majority of our sauces.
Yeah.
We don't make our pesto because we found a really nice pesto. So, but we make the majority of everything we do right there. We bake our own bread. I make all the desserts. And and we do have a few things that come and go. I mean, we have meatloaf on the menu. We have awesome shepherd's pie. It's a little bit different than the normal shepherd's pie, but it's nice that you don't get the same thing everywhere you go.
Right. Oh, exactly.
And I just added my own homemade pulled pork to the menu, and we're going to do that as a dinner on pulled pork sliders for app and pulled pork pizza, which is whenever I have that on the menu, it sells like crazy. So that's going on the menu.
And you just mentioned you've got a couple new things too you're going to add.
We the past couple of years at the Bartlett Rex Taste of the Valley, I've done some different things that aren't on my menu, but they're going to be on my menu now. One is my chicken piccata, and I do it a little bit differently. We just saute the chicken. It's not breaded in any way, but then we top it with garlic, artichoke hearts, fresh spinach, and roasted red peppers, and then a lemon caper sauce on top. And whenever I run that as a special, everyone's like, when are you putting this on the menu? And then also we're adding Chicken Carmella, which is it's a marsala cream sauce with chunks of chicken and sautéed mushrooms and caramelized onions over a wild mushroom ravioli. And same thing, whenever we run that as a special, everyone's like, oh, when are you going to put this on the menu? So,
that's
and
awesome.
We have some nice new salads, some lighter fare for those hot nights in the summer when people just can't face a big, huge plate of spaghetti.
Right. So how do you describe where you're located? Because we know where it is.
Right. We're on Route 302 in Glen, and I usually say about halfway between Storyland and Attitash. We have great proximity to both of those family attractions. We are definitely a family-oriented restaurant. We have cups with lids and straws, and we have a kids menu, and for those folks that are just too tired to deal with sitting in a restaurant, we do takeout, and we're also unveiling our new fridge and freezer out front in the lobby, which is going to have take and bake and heat and eat items.
Great.
So you can come in and get a quart of sauce, some spaghetti, some meatballs. I'll even have sodas in there, and take it back to where you're going and heat it up in your microwave or on your stove. We'll have full lasagnas. We also have a freezer case.
Yeah.
So if you're planning ahead, you can stop in and pick up some stuff and have it the next night.
That's great. What a nice little and then you're getting the great Joseph's Spaghetti Shed flavor.
Right.
But like you say, because sometimes you never know what mood you're in or
Exactly.
what mood the kids are in.
Well, after 10 hours at Storyland, sometimes they don't want to sit in a restaurant.
No.
And so sometimes getting them back to the pool, and we also have awesome pizza. A lot of people don't realize that we have great pizza. We do a 10-inch size pizza, and we have a lot of specialty pizzas. My favorite one is our Southwest pizza. And it has it has corn and black beans and jalapenos and barbecue sauce, and they're not your traditional pizza. You can get your traditional pizza as well, but we have lots of variety. It's a thin crust pizza, and a lot of people have no idea that we have such great pizza.
Well, the other thing too, and you just talked about taking food to go, but it's such a fun restaurant too. It's a great environment, and like you say, very comfortable for kids.
Right.
So you definitely don't want to shortchange yourself on that some nights when you do have the time.
Exactly.
To sit and relax. So
yeah.
Now you're involved obviously in a lot of things around town, and one of the things that you do during the winter season is your Dine to Donate. So let's just touch base on that, because you got just a couple left this year.
Yeah. We start right after Labor Day, and we go all through the winter. Our last one this year will be June 13th. And we try every Monday to work with a local nonprofit or charity or school group to do a Dine to Donate. And what we do is we donate 20% of the total sales from that evening.
That's a big chunk.
That's a big chunk. And a lot of people say, how can you do that? And we want to do it.
Right.
We want to be active in the community. We want to support our local nonprofits and schools, and plus it's a great way to get new people to come in and to introduce the restaurant to them, so that they realize what we do there. Even after being open for almost 32 years, there are still people that say to me, I've never been to Joseph's, and they should come. And I have people that come, we've been driving by here, and they come in and they're like, I can't believe we never stopped. But we have, I'm hoping, this is we're putting it together kind of spur of the moment. June 6th, I'm hoping to do something for End 68 Hours of Hunger. In the spring, I always like to do something for the local food pantries, because we always think to donate to the food pantries at Thanksgiving or Christmas, but really, this is the time that we've got to be supporting the food pantries, because the kids are going to be getting out of school in 3 weeks.
Right.
No free lunch, no free breakfast. It's a lot more challenging for those families that need help. So hopefully June 6th we're going to be doing our teaming up with End 68 Hours. Folks can come in, have a great meal, and 20% of their total sale will go back to End 68 Hours of Hunger.
That's great. And so that's just one of those things that you do, in I don't want to say the off season. It's not the off season, but in not the summer season. Right. And in the summer, you're gonna be busy.
We are busy. Yeah. We're busy every night. People are like, what's busier? Weekends. Wednesday is as busy as Saturday in the summertime.
But still plenty of seating, plenty of room to get in there. And now with the addition of the take and go, that's going to be a nice little bonus.
One of the things that happens is when people come in to get takeout, if we're really busy, if somebody's waited 45 minutes in the lobby to sit at a table, I'm not going to expedite your takeout order so they have to wait longer. So sometimes there's quite a wait for takeout. We don't like to shut it off, but we'll say, it could be an hour before we have this ready. Now folks that have microwaves and ovens, they have an option where they can say, okay, I don't want to wait an hour, but hey, I'll just take this, and this, go back, everybody will be happy. So I'm even going to do some par-baked pizzas in the freezer that people can pull out and pop in their oven at home.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Now, one of the other things, and you touched on it briefly, but you're very well known for your desserts and your cupcakes and your whoopie pies and your pies. She brought us pie today, too, that... Well, there's a door now between Hans and Kira and me, and I've got the food. So,
you got the food, Rob. That's right.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about your desserts and all the things that you do on that side of it.
I've always made all the desserts for the restaurant, but about 16 years ago, I started a second business because I need more to do, called the Sugarmaker Bakery. And I do not have a storefront. I don't even have a sign out front. Everything I do is by order and by appointment.
By word of mouth.
By word of mouth, and I work with a lot of the wedding venues in the Valley. I make wedding cakes. I'm really busy around Thanksgiving and Christmas doing pies for the holidays. I'm getting busier. People know more that I do birthday cakes and anniversary cakes, and right now a lot of graduation cakes.
Yeah.
But I've always made all the desserts for the restaurant as well. So I do pies and I do whoopie pies. A lot of weddings now are doing dessert tables. So we're doing cookies and cannolis and all different flavored whoopie pies and cupcakes, and it's really fun. It's very creative and I really enjoy it. And so my dessert menu isn't a set dessert menu at the restaurant. It's constantly changing depending on what I'm in the mood to make.
Right.
And one of the things that I do that people walk through the door, they're like, "What do you have for wedding cake pudding tonight?" Because I make wedding cakes, to make everything nice and level, you take cake off the top. You have all this beautiful cake. So I started to make bread pudding with it.
Oh, really?
And I've probably made 20 different flavors of bread pudding with the cake. Butter pecan, I've done almond joy, Guinness chocolate, and so people know that I have that special bread pudding. So when they walk through the door, what do you have for bread pudding tonight? What do you have for bread pudding
that's
tonight?
great.
So so that's kind of gotten to be a little signature thing with my regular customers.
Well, don't sell yourself short, too, because you say you make desserts, and a lot of people can say they make desserts, but you make fabulous desserts. And I mean, the whoopie pies are the best whoopie pies I've ever had in my life. And I like the mini whoopie pies because you can just kind of, just scarf them right down. And so, the quality is right there for the desserts, too. So that's, I want to definitely, mention
Thanks,
that,
Rob.
too. So what are the hours? Because we're going to wrap this up. What are your hours there, Joseph's Spaghetti Shed?
Right now, we're open Thursday through Monday from 4:30 till 9, closed Tuesdays and Wednesdays. But starting on June 16th, we will be open 7 nights a week, 4:30 to 9:30 through Labor Day. And usually we are closed Labor Day Monday because that often will be the first day off that I have
for the summer.
For the summer. So we do close usually on Labor Day Monday to just give everybody a breather and a break. But as of the 16th of June, 7 nights a week.
And you'll be, and people will be ready to go.
I hope so.
All right. Beth, thanks so much for coming by.
Thanks, Rob.
And we'll
Great
see you
to
soon.
see you.
And we'll be back here in a minute on White Mountains Today.
It's the 27th